Hello guys, fancy seeing you here in my not well lit studio space, as in my bedroom. We're here because weeks ago, months ago, years ago, basically when I came out the womb, I had this idea. Till now, I just couldn't stop thinking about it, but until now, I also didn't want to do it. But today is the day, finally. 2 minutes old me would be so proud. It's crazy. But finally today, we're gonna make a corset made from clay. I mean, hopefully. We'll see. That's one of the reasons why I've never done it, is that I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I just like the idea of wearable art. It doesn't necessarily have to be practical. I mean, we're making it from clay. You know, maybe like once wearable in theory. Obviously, clay you should handle with care, but as long as you're careful, like, why shouldn't you be able to wear it, right? Also, there are some kind of clays that forget they have children and then remember years later.
Where are you going? Clay?
Trauma can do that to you. Anyway, yes, we can address the elephant in the room. I just want to say, this was not up to me. I have sold my body. I can't even explain yet why, but it's just something I will have to deal with for now, and you will find out eventually. Please just tell me you love me like this, because I'm having a hard time. Actually, I just forget about it, and then I catch myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I want to cry. I just don't want to leave the house for the next couple of weeks. It just, is a little bit unfortunate that this is what we're doing weekly. To distract myself, we're gonna make some art. I actually didn't know that there were different types of clays, and I've decided to work with a clay that I've never worked with before, which is always the smartest thing you can do, I think, when you're starting a new project, to start it with a material that you have no experience working with. That's just the recipe for greatness. We'll be using foam clay, not sponsored. I've actually never even touched this. I just researched it and I was like, that sounds interesting. That sounds like something that could work, because this is very lightweight. Honestly, I don't really know what it is. It just seems very easy. Let's not look at this for now. Let's actually prep Miss Girl. Guys, my history with this girl. I feel like this must be a man's, because this boy has been treating me very poorly in a way that only a man can do. If you've watched the video, if you remember, this man actually stumbled and fell into our TV, breaking the TV. And then just 2 weeks ago, I was working on something and it stumbled again and fell. But luckily this time just into the wall, and now there's a big dent in it. I feel like that's fixable, or easier to fix than a TV, because I'm no technician. What I am is an artiste, though. I feel like this is giving artiste, no? But like in the 1820s. Let's strip him naked. Also, guys, can you believe that I've made this and I have yet to actually wear it? I really want to, but like, I can't exactly wear this to like my nephew's first day of school. See? Hurting me. Must be a man. Here's how we're gonna prep it with cling film. We're gonna wrap it in, is it called cling film? Oh, I always say it, saran wrap. Let's just call it that. It's just not by Saran, it's by Peclan. Not sponsored. This is Peclan wrap. The foam clay should not stick to this Peclan wrap. I also don't know who I'm making this for. I'm making it for whoever has those measurements. This time I do not have an event in mind. I do not have a person in mind, which I think is great because it kind of takes the pressure out of everything, and I'm just like, I can just make it for the fun of it. The question is, will I make a sketch? Will I sketch it on top of the cling film? Oh no, I forgot its name already. Excellent questions. I think I'm gonna make a sketch. I've got two ideas. So the first idea is more of a very swirly, organic looking, no, actually not organic. It's very much crafted and sculpted looking. Swirly swirls just everywhere. I would make 3 pieces. So something that kind of like lays around the neck on your chest. and then 2 side pieces. And then I would have to figure out a way to like sort of connect them. Future me problem. And then the second idea is a more organic looking one. Well, this kind of looks like the tentacles of a jellyfish. Are they called tentacles? I like that. The second and more organic one is more difficult, I think. And me being me, I think I usually tend to go for the more difficult option. So I want to go for that. Here I've got just some utensils. I do have a bit of water. I have a paper towel and I have the foam clay. Clay adheres to paper, glass, and styrofoam, and it can be painted once it is completely dried. It looks like marshmallow. It feels like slime. That is so funny. Guys, the texture. It's kind of slimy, but it's more like sculptable. Feels kind of wet. I am now confident that this is gonna work. The only thing is, I don't like that I'm gonna have to face away from you. Surely this is gonna work. Why is it wet? Is it my sweat? I do want it to be kind of 3D, you know? Very 3-dimensional, just in case you don't know the abbreviation. Okay, this is not giving wave, it's giving, I don't know what it's giving, but like not something that I want it to give. It's giving clay. I love playing around with this. This is fun. The texture is so fun. I'm in love. I need to bring you in a little bit. No? Maybe not yet. Maybe let me work. Okay. This doesn't look good, but guys, this is only the beginning. Okay, so usually, and I think we can tell, I'm really not one to go for organic shapes. This is very out of my comfort zone, but I do want to be that kind of person, you know? I think this has to be flatter because otherwise it will also never ever dry. I actually don't know the drying time of this like at all. Look, there's this like weird, I don't know, glue residue in there. Ooh, I think that's what I gotta do, like really pull it, because then I think it makes great shapes. I love... Okay, let's disregard all of that. See, you guys, it's something, right? I'm not sure. I don't really like working on this anymore because it doesn't immediately look like I want it to. This material is fun, but in a way it's also not. Because it's so easily manipulatable. Now what you do that for? Alright, I think we can all agree that... Yeah. I'm getting there, but I think I gotta listen to music to make it better. For today, I got it to this stage. It's a little bit mini. Yeah, we're gonna add more stuff, but I can't really leave it like that yet because I gotta smooth it out, and apparently you can use water for that. I do really like this part, even though it just looks like toothpaste a little, but we're gonna try. Yay! Chloe Bailey in my ear. I love her so much. Okay, let's see how we go. Apparently, as it dries, it also smoothes itself out a little. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Here we are. I don't hate it, you guys. I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. It's still like softish. It feels like foamy. I mean, it is foam clay, so I'm not sure if it will ever dry more than this. I'm hoping it won't, because I actually do really like the texture and how it feels. And especially, I feel like that would make it extra wearable if it's a little bit flexible still, you know? It's still a little bit wet-ish, on the inside. I assume it will only like properly dry out once we take it off. This is not the full thing though. It's still pretty bare, so we gotta add a little bit more. I do like this part a lot where it just looks like, I don't know, maybe toothpaste, hey, or whatever kind of paste just like scraped on, and I realized that it's easiest to do so with a finger and really to like have a big chunk of that foam clay and then just kind of smear it down and take it wherever you want it. I'm not sure what it's giving, but I mean, if this was wearable, I would actually love it. Obviously, there are very, very thin parts, which are gonna be very, very fragile. I don't know about those parts. Or maybe I would have to like strengthen it. I mean, technically like resin always works, but that makes it like really hard. Also, I have never worked with resin. Also, I don't really want to work with resin because all the safety precautions are just too much for me to handle. Let me just quickly try and add something more to this because I actually want to make a second one that might be a little bit more wearable. I think I'm gonna add some more wavy stuff here to give this more structural support and also a little bit more coverage on the baba. Obviously, I also got to figure out how to like create something that I can tie something around so that it stays up on the body. You know what's crazy? It only started getting like good. I only started seeing the vision once I listened to music, and it's so crazy to me how that has such a huge effect on how I work creatively and even just in general, but like on my creative work. Listening to music just always helps and the product will be better, and that's something I always fought with my art teacher at school about. No, something I could never understand because there were some exceptions, but obviously, no, really, that was only like allowed maybe once or twice. But obviously, we weren't allowed to have phones in school, so therefore, we also weren't allowed to listen to music at school. Even if we had like a creative task in art class on our own, we weren't allowed to listen to music. And the stuff that I created at school was always trash, also because we barely had any time to work on it. Oftentimes I would end up taking my project home with me because there I could listen to music and I also had more time to spend on it. And they would turn out great. I mean, looking back now, they were kind of ugly. For the stage in my art process back then, they were really great, but only after taking them home. I think this is where I'm gonna leave it to dry because I actually gotta go help out a friend. I don't really like how it looks up here, unfortunately. If I really hate it, I will just add more to it. I think this is a good base. If I will be able to take this off and put on a body, I think I could be in love with this. I do want to put a clear gloss on top so that then it'll look glossy and maybe less like structural paste. It definitely doesn't dry as smooth as it is in its wet condition. Hopefully by the time I'm back, I can sort of take this off the mannequin and leave it to dry somewhere else so that I can work on my second top that I really want to make now, because I also figured out I haven't even used half of this for this, so I definitely have more than enough. I mean, low-key is slay, right? I know it looks like it's the next day, but it's not. I just rode me bicycle and that's why my hair looks like that. And also, I changed my shirt. I love this. This kind of almost feels like silicone, which honestly would be perfect. What did I like? Purple. Okay, let's take this off. Many of the reviews said that it takes a while to dry, and even like in the instructions, but I feel like this is kind of dry already on top. It's just from the inside, it's still a little wet-ish, I think. Please also stay one piece. See, it's one piece, guys. That's really all we wanted. And then we wear it like this. And then like this is gonna be tied in the back. Excuse me? Slay? Like, I'm sorry, but this is kind of a slay. And like, the opportunities are endless now. Okay, I'm excited for this next piece. I'm inspired by this, but clearly this is resined up fabric wrapped around the body. I just really would like to create something resembling that. I think we gotta take a big chunk, swirl this around. Then we go this to the tata. We're not even gonna use all of this. So that's the basic shape. Now we gotta make it look pretty. And to make it look pretty, what I've found is just sort of pulling it. I think that works best. I mean, I would like some sort of like fabric effect right now. Whatever happens, happens, right? See, I really like these ridges. I wish I had smaller fingers, but it's like working. Maybe I gotta think about how fabric would behave. So this would sort of fold. I mean, it's definitely giving art. It would tuck underneath. This would fold up and sort of go on top. I mean, where has this material been all my life? I'm so sorry, but okay, this is a little bit too chunky for me here. It doesn't need to be this thick. And then this, I do want to fold on top somehow. Yeah, stretch, not too much, not too much. I think this is nice. I mean, I think I already like it like that. But to make it look even smoother and more perfect, I think we gotta listen to music. But you see how easy that process also was? I think I'm done. I'm calling it done. Guys, I really like this. Look at that. It does look like fabric in the viewfinder. This is so cool. If you look really closely, they're like these little dots that I'm hoping I can maybe get out with just a little bit of water. But overall, I think this is really cute. Wow, I think I really like this. I hope I'll find a way to... Maybe I need to extend this even more, but then it won't look like fabric. Maybe just from the bottom. No one will know. Whatever. We're just not gonna look there. Hello. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt, but I barely wore it yesterday, so don't come for me. Also, I feel like my situation is getting a little bit better now that it's growing. Our corsets or whatever they are look great. Look at that. I thought this looked really cool. Obviously, it's letting down. So I will have to put holes here. I was gonna say I wanted to try it with this one, but this one we're just gonna glaze now. I mean, again, I think it should stay up because this one is very lightweight and I did make these holes here. So I can't really try making the holes into this. So this is really my only chance, the other one. But the other one I really love, so I don't want this to fail, which is also why I wanted to try glossing this first, or glazing, whatever. I just got a gloss varnish clay glaze. It's for air dry clay. I hope this is gonna work on this. There are no instructions. It does come with mini brushes, but this brush is very small, so I will be here until tomorrow using that one probably. I really hope this looks good. I do not like how it smells, that's for sure. Oh, and obviously I didn't want to paint it, but if I did, then I should have done that before this step. This is obviously the last step. Now it's giving meringue, the way it's shining. So this I'm gonna leave to dry. Hello. Camera is just not made for my tiny ass room, that's why we're so close. I've got this to punch holes. Yeah, right here and right there, because I don't have a lot of space here. I think we can only do 2 holes. No! There's a fly on top of my glaze. Are you dumb? Like, please, use your brain. Got holes? I feel like they're taking me out of the fantasy a little bit. See you when we can glaze this, as in once this is dried. Are you ready to try them on? They look pretty good. I'm gonna try them on. Again, I didn't really make them for me, so they won't really fit me. I just kind of want you to see it on a person and not just... Guys, I low-key love this. Look at this. It's hard to see the vision now because I'm still wearing the tank underneath. If there was nothing else, I could really, really like this. It looks a bit DIY-y, but I do like the gloss. I'm wondering if it needs another layer to make it even glossier. I could totally see this on someone who likes to wear dresses and stuff. To just have this and then like a silk or satin skirt. I could also see this in black. I really like the idea and it's really working. It's lightweight and I feel like it's definitely not going anywhere. To make it extra secure, there's like fashion tape. You can always glue it to your body. I'm a bit more scared for the other one because it actually did rip a little. This one, it worked really well here because I made these big holes while shaping the entire thing. Okay. It's a little bit small on me. It looked really great on the dress form. On me, it's a little bit too small, I don't know. But I can totally still see this. This one is a little bit heavier and therefore I do not feel quite as secure. It's not heavy. It's still very lightweight, which is what I like about it. But it's obviously heavier than the other one and it does, you know, want to do its gravity thing. So I do feel like I definitely need more holes on the side because right now it's only connected by one string. But then I really like it. I wish it was shinier. I wish it was glossier. It looks shiny in places, but not overall. So that's a bit annoying, but I love how it looks generally. See, it works, guys. Obviously, this is the first project with it. This was more so a, can I make this kind of situation? And I think I can make it. And now I could try and learn how to perfect it for no reason. Unless 10,000 of you want to buy it. You'll get a discount for being my subscriber. Hopefully, subscribe. And if you comment, so that when I eventually sell them, yeah, you'll get that discount. But this is fun. What do you think? At no point was I like, oh my god, I hate everything about this. This is terrible. Obviously, you gotta get used to the material, but then I felt fine. Finally doing some DIYs again. I missed it. I mean, technically baking and cooking is a form of DIY as well, right? If you think about it. But for now, that's all I've got to say. Which is why I even started singing, so we should probably... Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Entonces nos vemos la próxima vez. Bye bye.